Good morning. Welcome to a new session of a video session. In this class, I will discuss about the solar water heating system. This is one of the topic in the renewable energy paper of 6th semester in the final year BSc. Already, water heating system is discussed and uploaded by me in the YouTube, which is a which is discussed very widely, that can be used or that can be useful for general purpose, that is also used for students who are preparing for competitive examinations, and those who are going for the interviews and etc. and etc. Here, the same particular topic is discussed only for the interest of final BSc students, and the content is limited to the purpose of the students who are studying renewable energy paper in the 6th semester. Right. Solar water heating system. Just before going to this one, we should know that this is a very common application of solar energy, very useful application of solar energy, very important and usual application of solar energy that can be used by each and every individual in order to utilize the solar energy that is available at the places of individuals. Therefore, we should remember this one, and we should know the various factors and various types of solar heating system and the mode of working and their specifications, so that we can establish solar water heating system at our places, at our houses, so that we can get advantage with the natural energy by spending less amount of price for the long purpose of applications. Right. Such a very interesting thing, the solar water heating system it is. Solar water heating is the most common application of the solar energy. Using this system, hot water can be obtained and it can be supplied for domestic needs, hotels, agricultural needs, small scale and village industries, poultry and cattle farms, hospitals and offices also. Okay, these are all the various systems or units that can need hot water every day for their general usage, and they can, if they can establish solar water system, heating system, that is very useful and very economical, okay, for them, okay, as far as this particular device is concerned. Right. The basic elements of the solar water heater, we should know what is the solar water heating process and what are the various components and elements that are needed in the solar water heater. Right. First, we have to collect the sun rays or solar rays. Therefore, it needs a flat plate collector. A flat plate collector can absorb the heat energy, which is, it is a material, it is made with certain material which can able to absorb maximum heat energy from the incident solar radiation. That's why the first one is flat plate collector. The second one is of course storage tank. Storage tank, after once for all, if you get to the hot water, we have to store it for some time for the purpose of usage, okay, at the time of need. Right. Circulation system, this is the pipeline system that circulates the hot water from the collector to the storage tank, and cold water from the okay other part of the storage tank to the what this one the collector part. Okay, that's why we need a circulation system. Auxiliary heating system. Auxiliary heating system is a electrical water heater which is also which is also added to this one in order to get the hot water at the time of nights and on the other times where the solar energy is not useful. Therefore, we need the supporting auxiliary heating system, which is an electrical heater. Okay, whenever the solar energy is not available, right? And the controls of the system, very important. We need a control. By means of the controls, we can able to control the action of this one. Okay, that's why these are the basic and main parts of solar water heater, right? Heating system. There are two types of common water heaters. Okay, the common water heaters that are used in the domestic and small scale industry and small scale units, as I mentioned there, or small scale systems. Okay, are only there are two types of the common water heaters that are used for this purpose, for the small purpose. That is natural circulation solar water heater, forced circulation solar water heater. One is the natural circulation solar water heater, the other one is the forced circulation solar water heater. Okay, this is the diagram for natural circulation solar water heater system. Right? Please see this one. This is a collector, flat plate collector. Okay, flat plate collector. This is the storage tank, insulated storage tank. Okay, hot water can be extracted from this one. Okay, right. Cold water will goes into the storage tank and it will remain at the bottom in a separate compartment of the storage tank. From the lower compartment of the storage tank, the cold water will enter into the collector part. Right. Here it is an auxiliary heater system is there in order to support this the purpose of the usage of solar water heater. Okay, when the solar radiation is not available. That's why auxiliary water heater system is also embedded or is also added to this one. Right. Naturally circulated solar water system. Why it is known as the naturally circulated solar water system? Just I will tell the main process of this one. Naturally circulated solar water system simply says that when cold water enters into the flat plate collector part, it gets heated. Heated water will be when water will be heated, its density decreases. Therefore, it raises up. Okay. Therefore, the water heater, the hot water will automatically raises and goes into the storage tank. Right. Now, the cold water compartment at the bottom of the storage tank, whose density is very high. Okay, it can automatically fills this one because that is as the cold water density is more, it can pulls the hot water up. Okay, therefore the hot water goes into the top part of the storage tank and cold water from the bottom part will re-enters into the the flat plate collector. This kind of a flow, that is cold water flow and hot water flow, because of the density difference, because of the pressure which causes the pressure difference. Okay, automatically the circulation of hot water will goes to the storage tank, top part of the storage tank, and the cold water will from the lower part of the storage tank will re-enters into or enters into the flat plate collector continuously. This process will take place itself because of the temperature difference or ultimately the pressure difference of the hot water and cold water. That's why this is a naturally circulated flow of cold water and heated water. That's why it is known as natural circulation solar water system. We will see this one. This is generally used for domestic purpose. Okay, very good. It consists of flat plate collector. Okay, solar collector with a transparent glass top. Okay, the flat plate collector, which is a material which is used to absorb as much of the heat energy in the solar radiation. Right. This flat plate collector will be covered with a transparent glass on the top. Highly insulated storage tank will be used. This is a highly insulated storage tank because once for all, if you get the hot water, okay, the temperature of the hot water should be maintained, okay, for more time, whenever more time, so that we can use it to the time where we require. That's why it is a insulated storage tank, right? Highly insulated pipes are provided for hot water passage. Okay, this is a hot water passage pipe. This is a highly insulated hot water pipe, and this is a cold water pipe. Right, cold water pipes are provided at the bottom. This is the cold water pipe provided at the bottom. The collector consists of a copper sheet. Actually, the collector mainly consists of a copper sheet and the copper tubes welded together. Okay, copper plate which is welded with copper tubes at the below, they are welded together. These are coated with highly absorbing black. These all the plate as well as this what this one, the pipes are copper pipes are coated with highly absorbing, okay, heat absorbing black. Okay, the collector collects the heat from the radiation of the radiations. Okay, and it heats the water. It heats the water. The hot water goes into the tank and the cold water comes to the tubes of the heat by by itself because of the what this one, the density difference and the pressure difference. The process of circulation takes place. That is the process of circulation of what? Circulation of hot water. Okay, passage of hot water from the collector to the tank and cold water from the bottom part of the tank to the collector automatically taking place, and this process of circulation takes place only because of the density difference between the hot water and the cold water, which causes the pressure difference. To provide hot water during the long and cloudy periods, okay, during the long and cloudy periods, during what is one long period, okay, once for all the hot water, when once it is stored in a what is one, the storage tank, the hotness will remain for few hours only, for 8 to 10 hours only. That's why, okay, in order to get this hot water for a long time and in order to get the hot water in the cloudy periods, okay, in that case we need a supporting system, that is an electrical immersion water heater can be used as a backup for the solar water heater. It is a sub unit or it is an embedded unit or it is a supporting unit, right? Okay, that's why this is the working, and of course this is the nature of so-called the natural circulation solar water heater, which is very useful for the domestic purpose. Right. Now let us go for the forced circulation water heater. Again, here also you have a collector which is connected with a pipe to the hot water tank. An auxiliary will be there. This is the cold water. Okay, cold water will enter into the bottom part of the tank, and from the bottom part the cold water will moves to this one. Here there is a check valve. It means that the cold water is not supposed to move by itself, okay, independently or naturally. There is a check valve. And here we have a pump switch. Here we have pump, check valve and pump switch. Pump means, okay, whenever the cold water is supposed to send into the collector, then only the pump can pump the cold water to the collector only. Okay, that's why as the pump, here the pump is used to send the cold water to the collector. That's why it is a forced circulation solar water system. So forced circulation solar water system. This is the pump switch, okay, and this is a temperature sensor. There is a temperature sensor is there in between these two. Temperature sensor will be there, right? Okay, right. This type of solar water heaters are used for the industries, hotels, hospitals and offices. Okay, this type of solar water heaters are used for industries, hotels, hospitals, offices, and so many such units are there. In this water heater, okay, water pumped through the solar collector. Solar collector. In this heater, water pumped through the solar collector goes into the storage tank. Goes into the storage tank. Okay, actually, what will happening is in this one, when once the collector absorb the heat energy, the hot water, it hits the water that is available in the tubes there. Okay, then the hot water will go into the tank. The hot water will goes into the tank continuously. The hot water will goes into the tank. Okay, this is the purpose, right? The thing is, now the temperature difference between hot water and cold water is about some 7 degrees. Then only the sensor will allow the switch pump so that the pump can able to send the cold water. Send the cold water. That is the purpose. That is the way of operation here. What is this one? Okay, yes, you will get the hot water here, and of course you have cold water ready to here, right? Cold water in the previous case itself goes into the collector, but now the thing is cold water goes or allows to goes into the collector by means of only pump when the temperature difference between hot water and cold water is about more than 77 degrees centigrade. More than 7 degrees centigrade. It means that the water that is there in the collector will remain until its temperature rises up more than 7 degrees centigrade. Okay, then only it is said to be hot water useful for their purpose, and then only the sensor will allow the pump switch to on so that the pump can pump the water in this one. That is the purpose here. Okay, I hope you will understand. Here the thing is hot water temperature is maintained for a particular value where they are used in the industries, hotels and hospitals and offices. Right. Okay. When hot water is withdrawn, then the cold water goes to the place. Okay, the pump, when the temperature difference is 7 degrees centigrade, the pump allows the hot water to go into the tank, and the same pump will what will happen? Allows the cold water to the collector by means of the check valve. It means that the now check valve will allows the cold water to go inside. Okay, if the temperature difference is less than 7 degrees centigrade, the check valve doesn't allow the cold water. That is the thing. You will see that one. If the water temperature at the collector's outlet, this is the collector's outlet. If the water temperature at the collector's outlet and water in the storage tank exceeds 7 degrees centigrade, then the pump motor will be activated. Pump motor will be activated by the thermostat. A non-return check valve is needed. What is this one? A non-return check valve is needed to prevent the reverse flow. This is a check valve which allows the cold water in the upward direction towards the collector. It is a non-returnable check valve. It means that it doesn't allow any water from collector back to the pump direction. Right. It also possesses an electrical immersion heater. This one also possesses electrical immersion heater as a backup for the solar water heater to provide hot water during long and cloudy periods. Okay, here also this one is there, right? This is the forcefully circulated hot water. In this one, the hot water is sent by the pump and the cold water is allowed by the pump through a check valve. When the temperature difference between the hot water and cold water is more than 7 degrees centigrade or the required value, which is identified by means of a temperature sensor, then only the hot water will be pumped into the storage tank, and then only the cold water is allowed by the pump through the check valve to go into the collector. Therefore, the flow of both hot water and cold water are triggered by or allowed by the pump by means of a temperature sensor. By means of a temperature sensor. That's why this is what is known as the forced circulation hot solar hot water system. Okay. That's why these are the very important, very common, okay, hot water, solar hot water systems. One is very convenient to use at the domestic purpose. The other one is okay, very useful and very interesting and very what is this one efficient to use at the hotels. What is this one? Okay, hospitals, industries, offices, and so many such what is this one small scale systems where the hot water is needed for their daily purpose. Okay, right. This is about solar hot water systems. Okay, in the what is this one? The sixth the in the sixth semester of renewable energy paper. Right. See you in the next class.